We're back.
We're back.
Welcome back to Movies Not Made for Us. Last week we did, or a couple weeks ago.
A couple weeks. We had a break in between. I was at a wedding for a friend.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Thank you.
We watched a Medea movie, and we made it through. We survived through the horrors of a Medea movie. And today we had a new suggestion.
Yeah, so this suggestion actually came from a girl that ghosted me on Hinge.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
I was like, hey, I have a podcast with a friend. We're looking for suggestions for movies that we generally wouldn't be at. She was like, oh, Aquamarine comes to mind. I'm like, that's a great idea. And then she unmatched with me.
Yeah,
so
but at least she gave us a movie.
that's the dating app world for you.
At least she gave us a good.
Get a movie
At least she gave us a movie that was better than Boo.
Yeah.
To watch.
Yeah, I know that we did say that we were going to watch. We did set it up that we were going to watch Pride and Prejudice, but we weren't feeling it today.
We weren't feeling it today.
It's very hot in LA, and we wanted to watch something a little more related to the weather. Yeah. So anyway, we're going to jump into it because one of the criticisms we got was that we went on
way too long,
which is
way
fair.
too long, which is very fair because we talked as long as the movie was.
Yeah, a little longer actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we watched Aquamarine, which let me just give a quick synopsis. Best friends Claire Brown and Haley Rogers are enjoying their last few days of summer vacation in their small beach town in Bay Bridge near Tampa. They are 12 years old. I should mention that. It's not in here. Before Haley has to move to Australia due to her mother's job as a marine biologist, Haley prays to the ocean gods for a miracle to change her mother's mind about moving. Minutes later, a violent storm occurs. The next night, the girls sneak into the local pool where they discover a mermaid named Aquamarine. I fucked up the title of the movie. Who has been washed in by the storm. Aquamarine explains that she ran away from home after being forced into an arranged marriage, as so happens with mermaids, apparently, by her father, as mermaids do not believe in true love. However, he has agreed to end the engagement if she is able to prove to him that love does Very good job. Thank you. I'd rather clean off Wikipedia.
Yeah, no, as you should. But yeah, it's a teen comedy. It's a teen
comedy. Actually.
Yeah, teen. It says teen comedy, teen fantasy comedy. Let's see. When did this movie come out?
2006.
2006. It feels like it came out in 2006.
Or maybe it was 2003.
I have the IMDb page up, right? It's 2006.
Oh, damn.
Right.
That's right.
Rated
20
PG.
years ago.
Yep, rated PG, which we don't get too many of those movies anymore.
No, we don't.
And it was about an hour and 50 minutes. It didn't feel like an hour and 50 minutes.
It didn't.
It actually, and we'll get into what we thought about it, but on IMDb, they gave it a 5.4 out of 10. Yeah. But again, we'll talk about what we thought.
Right.
So this actually had a very... I think a very talented cast.
Yeah, me too.
A very talented cast. I'll go through it, but Claire was played by Emma Roberts. Haley was played by our favorite, JoJo.
JoJo, love JoJo.
Yep.
This was her first film.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was her film debut.
She did a great job.
Killed it.
She did a great job. And then Aquamarine. Before I get into it, was played by Sarah Paxton.
Who was great.
I just want to say that was a missed opportunity.
Really?
The name of Aquamarine, they could have easily just made it Aquamarine.
I think that's the pun, is Aquamarine.
But they could have just made it...
I know, you were commenting about ocean puns the whole movie.
They could have just made it Aquamarine.
And then call her Marie for short.
Or just, hi, my name's Aquamarine.
Yeah.
That missed opportunity.
Maybe the writer's room just like...
Maybe you're like, it's too many puns. It's too many puns.
This is too much. Who is this written by?
Let me see.
So what we did find out is that this was a very, which was nice to see, this was a very female-led film in terms of its production.
It was written by John Quaintance and Jessica Bendinger. That name sounds familiar.
And then based off
the novel by Alice Hoffman.
So based off a story written by a woman, directed by a woman. It was directed by Elizabeth Allen. Both written by a man and a woman, but about young girls.
Yeah. Yep.
So
four young girls.
Yeah.
I will say there's probably a lot of money in that.
Yeah.
That
white young girls.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. And also, like let's be honest, in 2006, all kind of tween movies that were targeted for, anybody under the age of like 14.
Yeah.
It was all white. Like there weren't too many, too many like diverse movies for different cultures.
Well, we talked about this in the previous episode where there was Black Hollywood and white Hollywood.
Yeah.
And it goes even into like the teen movies and the kids movies.
Yeah.
And there's even less for kids and teens in Black Hollywood than there is for white.
Oh, for sure. And the ones that do exist, at least I can speak for in Black Hollywood, every single one of them is like a staple, like a cultural staple.
Yeah.
Because they're so few and far between.
Yeah, you got one a year.
So we kind of like them all. Even if they're bad, we're all like, we love this movie. We don't care. Yeah, this is all we have. We love this movie. Whereas, like this felt, and I kept making the mistake of saying like this felt like a Disney,
it's not
like a Disney. What was it? Like they would have a
Disney Channel movie.
Disney Channel original movie.
20th Century Fox, baby.
It felt like a Disney Channel original movie.
Came to theaters.
But as we were going through it, I realized that this has a much bigger budget than a Disney Channel original movie, and it was a lot more talent than the Disney Channel original movie.
They weren't like I'm a kid.
No,
and I'm acting in Camp Rock or whatever. Like they were really acting.
Yeah,
and I mean, again, really kudos to the cast. Like
they did a great job.
They did a great job. Their dialogue was not awful.
I was weary at first.
Yeah,
when the movie first started. They were saying a bunch of stuff that was going over my head, and I had to keep asking. I'm like, wait, what's happening?
Yeah,
and
welcome to my world.
Yeah, no, they were, and I just feel like they were. And again, this is only in like the first 10 minutes. Yeah, is they were explaining a lot out the gate. Yeah, like a lot of lore, a lot of like.
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah,
and that's what we said. We were like, there's a lot of moving parts in this movie. Yeah. All the characters had like background motivations and relationships. Haley, who I think is played by Emma Roberts.
No, Haley is.
Or was that JoJo?
Claire is Emma Roberts.
Claire is Emma Roberts.
Yeah,
so Claire, her parents, little backstory is that her parents drowned, and she lives with her grandparents who run this kind of this cabana club or this beach club where they hang out during the summer and fawn over Raymond, who is the lifeguard, and the hunky,
who's played by Jake McDorman.
Great name.
Where else have I seen this guy?
I have no idea.
He is in. Okay, yep. He's been in a few shows. He's been in Watchmen, the HBO series.
Oh, nice.
What We Do in the Shadows, Mrs. Davis, which I've never heard of. Okay.
So he's a working actor.
Yeah, he's a working actor, and he's been working for a while. So,
Good.
Yeah,
but he's not like superstar.
No. He's working. He's a working actor.
That's what I love to see. I love actors who are getting work.
Yeah,
and continue to work throughout the years. Anyway, but yes, they are fawning over him. Mm-hmm. They're in love with him, and again, they're like 12 years old.
Yeah,
and we were kind of like, these are some fucking horny 12-year-old
girls. I was and I kept saying while we were watching it, like it's pretty on brand. Like especially during that time, a lot of these tween movies that were made for like middle school and high school girls centered around the guy. Yeah. Right. And so I
was gonna say that to you. It's like their entire relationship centers around what the man thinks about them or what the guy thinks about them. But that's how it starts out.
Right. That's how
which is what makes this movie good.
The payoff at the end was so good. It was so because again, we thought that was where it was headed. Yeah. And then
what's the rule that's in literature where it's like all the like it talks about when we can look it up, we have phones, whenever women are in a scene they're talking about a guy. Yeah. Or like their entire relationship revolves around, or their character revolves around the guy, or what the guy thinks about them, or trying to get the guy to validate them, or something like that. Yeah, and that's what a lot of these. That's one of the pitfalls of these kind of preteen teen movies. Yeah, where it's like get the guy to like you.
Yeah, and it
only matters what the guy thinks,
and it teaches these young girls.
That's their property.
Well, yeah, and
they have no valid.
In so many little words, it teaches these young girls that they to basically just think about what the guy thinks, like
be subservient to the man.
We'll just put the guy on a pedestal.
Yeah, because the guy is perfect and the guy is everything I want. And if I have the guy, or if the guy likes me, I will be happy. I will achieve, actualization.
So
I will be.
So I was worried at the very beginning.
Me too.
I was like, oh, this is one of those movies. But I also rationalized it by basically just telling myself it's 2006.
Yeah.
Like that was
it.
That was it. That was what a lot of these. Again, there's like and it felt very 2006.
It's a very 2006.
This is a very like
the clothes, the hair,
the colors, and I don't know if you noticed it,
music.
but there were only so many colors in this movie.
Yeah.
It was baby blue. They were all pastel colors.
Yeah.
But everybody was wearing either pink.
Look, you with a graphic design degree.
Everybody was wearing. No, the art direction was very specific, but
Yeah.
everybody was wearing either pink, baby blue, pastel yellow.
Yeah.
There was I think there was some, the green because
Maybe
of the kelp.
Aquamarine.
And mind you, those were the only colors
Yeah.
that were changing on her nails.
Yeah.
So basically, Aqua, she had a there were so many elements to her.
There were
first of
so
all,
many,
and I liked them all.
Complicated characters.
I liked them all, but with Aqua, she had a thing where her nails, which were actually, we found out, they changed colors.
They're scales.
They were scales, and they changed colors based on her mood. So it was basically like a mood ring.
Yeah.
But I say all that to say they only changed to those certain colors. So. As the retired designer,
Yeah.
I will say that I really appreciated the attention to detail to the art direction of the movie.
Yeah. It was consistent.
It was very consistent, and it was mostly for like marketing purposes.
Yeah,
like
bright colors.
Yes,
it's easy.
it was
it's accessible.
Yep, and like you mentioned, they did have a mall scene.
Yep, they gotta have that mall montage. Hey, look, man, montages are overused in movies, but damn, are they good storytelling devices?
They had 'em
like
all.
they get a bunch of information out there in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, they had a mall montage scene. So let's get back on track and
Yeah.
let's start talking about what we thought about the acting
Yeah.
in the movie. So I'll start with Emma Roberts. I'll start with Emma Roberts and JoJo.
Yeah.
I think that
Pretty interchangeable.
Yeah, exactly. They basically play the same role, like
Yeah.
they in terms of status and all that stuff. Like
Yeah, they are the same person.
they are the
basically.
same person. I think they did a good job.
Yeah.
I think the role itself
They're
is
kids.
you play. I mean, they kind of played themselves.
Yeah.
Like at that time, I don't know how old they were at that time,
They're
but
probably like early teens.
early
maybe
teens.
12.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, maybe.
they
yeah,
play 12-year-olds, but they're probably a couple years older.
yeah,
maybe.
and so it's like they just leaned all the way into like what 12-year-old girls would probably think of at that time, which is,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, this guy, and emotions super heightened,
Yeah.
which serves to the type of movie.
Yeah, everything is the biggest deal in the world.
Everything is the biggest deal in the world, and to be honest with you, I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised. I think they did a good job.
I like them. I like their relationship. You
Yeah.
could tell like they were
Yeah.
they actually felt like friends.
Yeah.
Like they were best friends
Yeah.
and they got along with each other.
Yeah.
They were pretty interchangeable, but that's one of the things about friends is
Yeah.
you end up hanging out with people who are a lot like you in the end of
Yeah.
the day. And yeah, I thought the relationship was believable, and also Emma Roberts' character has like serious trauma.
Oh my God! Yeah, her parents drowned.
Yeah,
Her
they don't say exactly how, but it's assumed that they drowned in the ocean.
They foreshadowed, and we'll get into story in a second. But they foreshadowed it. They foreshadowed it at the very beginning of the movie, and I had a feeling, but they didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
And I had a feeling that it was going to be a thing, but I was. Again, this is the beginning of the movie, so I was skeptical. I was like, they're probably just gonna like show this photograph of two adults,
Yeah.
and her sleeping by that photograph, and not even come back to it.
Yeah.
Oh, and they came back to it. They
Yeah, after a
they
couple
wrapped up they wrapped up everything in this movie.
It was a very, and we'll get into it later, but it was a very tightly written script
yeah.
for what it was.
And it was, and listen, and again, we'll get into it later, but it was based on a novel, so they had, they had source material that they could just
Yeah.
fine tune. So
They had a skeleton, they had a blueprint, they had a lot of stuff
Yeah,
to draw from
yeah.
instead of having to create everything from.
yeah. But in
the
terms
back.
of the acting, I will just say that
Yeah, they were great.
it was, their relationship was solid.
Yeah,
It felt
and
real.
That's the quintessential thing. If you've ever taken an acting
Yeah.
class, everything the acting teacher will ever tell you is that relationship is number one.
It's everything. Yeah.
What is your relationship to the other person? That defines how you interact with them, how you portray yourself.
And what do you want from the other person?
And it was there. It was clear. It
Yeah.
was it was really great. And I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, these two girls are friends. They love each other.
And it took us on a journey of their relationship too. Like
Yeah.
they weren't just like buddy the whole time.
Yeah.
You know,
They gotta have that. Yeah.
Yeah, they had conflict too, and then they resolved conflict, and it was
full character arcs.
And even at the end, and to your point, what you just said, it's like it felt like they were friends. Even at the end, it showed like the post credits or the the post credits like photographs.
Yeah.
That felt very like
real. Like
yeah,
I took that out of their
it
personal
felt like
album.
it was like just like behind the scenes photographs of the cast, and
Yeah.
it felt like they did have an actual bond, outside of the characters themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So let's talk about the title character, Sarah Paxton. Was it Sarah Paxton?
Yeah, she was great.
I thought she was great.
She was great.
I was thinking about this when I was watching it. Is one of the pitfalls that
She's in
draws in.
Sorry, she's in Weapons. Again, if you guys don't know,
Oh, that's right. She was in Weapons.
I haven't seen Weapons. I heard it was good.
You're in it for a treat.
I'm not gonna watch it. I'm too chicken shit for that. But I heard it's really good. But she was in Weapons. She was in The Last House on the Left.
Yeah, a lot of horror movies.
The Innkeepers, which I've never heard of.
She's got those big, cartoon eyes.
NCIS. Yeah, so just a few things, but yeah. Anyway, and Barbarian.
Yeah.
So
it was also directed by.
Yeah.
So one of the things about her as a character, Aquamarine, is she plays a literal fish out of water.
Yeah.
Naivete, kind of like I'm innocent and I don't know things, and that's what makes her attractive. And that's kind of one of the things that's like really kind of like you got to be careful with, because am I attracted to her as a person, or am I attracted to her
naivete?
Because that's why like women play dumb, or they like to make women play dumb to be appealing to the man, so the man can feel superior to her. And that was when I was watching, I was like, ooh, her character is written as kind of like ditzy and dumb.
Yeah.
And he's attracted to that. And it's like, but she's ditzy and dumb. Are you attracted to her because she's beautiful and she's innocent, and that makes her like controllable?
Yeah.
And, like,
or mysterious.
Or mysterious.
Yeah.
They touch on this in Poor Things. You've seen this, Poor Things, right?
Yeah.
But like all these men are in love with her, but she has the brain of a toddler.
Right.
They're like, I love you. You're so complicated. I'm like, she's mentally
literally
2 years old.
Yeah.
And
did you feel like she was? You feel like I will say this. I felt like
I thought she was charming and sassy, and I enjoyed her. For what she was.
The way that she was introduced.
Yeah,
she came in confident as all confident can be.
Yeah.
She was not like, where am I? And I said this in the beginning. I'm glad they didn't drag out her introduction.
Yeah, here I am.
They literally, she came in with a line. Yep. She came in with very confident, basically letting the other two characters know exactly who she was.
Oh yeah, if you help a mermaid out, you get a wish. That's why they're motivated.
Yeah. So I really liked that. I actually wasn't expecting that. I was expecting them to drag out like her introduction. And the way that she came in, I did really feel like that was the part that it just, what I wrote in my notes was this felt very similar to like some kind of Cinderella story. Yeah. Where like, she's looking, the clock strikes 12 and I'm changing,
It's the Little Mermaid.
Yeah. Or the Little Mermaid. You know what I mean? It was literally the Little Mermaid. But I think the difference with this is, she seemed very confident, but at the same time, when the guy came into the picture,
she got dumb.
She got dumb. Yeah.
Which again, and that's where it's kind of like, am I charmed by her innocence and naivete, or am I being kind of like, is there like a more nefarious subconscious thing happening? Yeah. And again, she was great. Yeah. She was funny. She was charming. She was sassy, believable. And she's plays a young teenage girl who's I need to be in love in 3 days.
Yeah. And she. I mean, was the task hard for her to play that role? Probably not. Yeah. Like there wasn't a lot of depth to her. I mean, there was a lot of depth to her character.
There's a lot of surface level. There's a little pun in there. There is more depth to a lot of these characters, I think. Like Raymond, we were worried about was going to be, a himbo, like dumb, superficial, but he's actually not. He's actually very compassionate.
That surprised me.
It surprised both of us. He was compassionate. He was socially aware. He was like...
we both were, because at the beginning we were both kind of cringing at his character, because it was like, oh, this is like the dumb jock that's like, oh, we're, again, this is 2006, so it did feel like, I mean, we've seen Not Another Teen Movie, where it's like there's a dumb jock that like they make fun of. I thought this was going to be that,
same,
but he wasn't. He had depth. He had morals. He
had morals. He had puns. He had
we'll get into the story in a second, and we'll talk about the puns.
And then there's a couple other side characters that don't. There's the princess Celia, I think her name was.
Wait. Who are you talking about?
The
yes, Celia.
Girl.
Yeah. Celia. She was like the bully.
Yeah, who likes to bully on 12-year-old girls, and she's like,
It has all the. I think she was probably the same age, dude. I think they were this. She just looked older,
I guess.
Yeah, or maybe a couple of years older.
They do comment on her body quite a bit.
Keep in mind, everybody's like. Keep in mind, like this is like late adolescence to late adolescence. There's a lot of puberty that happens between those two ages. So 13 and 16 are only really 3 years apart.
I guess so.
But they look very different.
Anyway, she played the spoiled brat, very well.
Played by Ariel Cabell. I haven't seen her in anything, to be honest.
But everyone did. The acting was great.
Oh, that's where I've seen her.
Oh,
she was in The Grudge, dude. She was in The Grudge.
Was she The Grudge?
No, she wasn't. She was one of the people that dies in that movie. But back to Raymond. I just want to say back to Raymond. I think that by the end of the movie, he actually became one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
Because of he stood. He wasn't dumb. He was like you said, he was empathetic. He did the right thing. And
without being pressured to do it.
Yeah,
He was just like, his instincts were like, I got to do the right thing.
Yeah, exactly. So I really liked that part of his character.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. The acting was solid.
Yeah. Solid. And last thing, we did have like a bunch of side characters.
A lot of side
And then
characters.
we had like I forgot his name, but the guy who was like the janitor or whatever.
Yeah, who turned out to be a red herring. He was a nice guy who was very accomplished.
Yeah.
I think he's Australian, either New Zealand or Australian actor. He's in the Mad Max movie. He's character actor. Can't remember his name for the life of me. He played the mouth of Sauron in the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I really liked it. I really liked his.
And he's in Mad Max.
I really liked his character.
Yeah, where he turned out to be like, where they're very judgmental. They're like, he's creepy and scary and he's a psychopath, but it turns out they judged him and he was a very nice, genuinely good human being.
Yeah, he was
with no nefarious
alternative
alternatives.
Yeah.
You all know what I'm trying to say,
dude,
right?
Oh my god, I'm blanking on the word too.
Motivations. Let's just say that.
Yeah. He wasn't a bad guy.
He wasn't a bad guy. He was a good guy, but they set him up to be like maybe he was.
And I thought that was clever too.
Yes.
I thought that was clever too. Okay,
anyway.
So now we're gonna go into the story.
Yeah.
I wrote this down, but it was very similar to, remember that movie Life Size with Tyra Banks?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
That's a Disney movie.
Yeah, that was a Disney Channel original movie,
Yeah.
but it felt very similar of like, this entity or what have you.
Fish out of water comes into your world.
Dude, you are killing it with the puns today. But like this, just coming into like the human world and learning about everything that happens in the human world. And
you get a crash course.
You get a crash course of what to do and how to act and what, and you laugh at all the missteps, and
which there actually weren't that many in this script. She gets along pretty well. She has two guides. She has two guides. And her motivations are very clear. Yeah.
Her motivations are very clear. She
Get
wants
the guy to say I love you within 3 days.
Yep.
That's the goal. So she doesn't have to marry the other guy.
Right. And so yeah, I felt like the way that the story went, it was very familiar.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's the Little Mermaid. It literally is that movie, and a little bit of Cinderella as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, it was a lot of the structure of the movie, of the story was very very predictable.
Yeah.
But they surprised us with a lot of like fine details, and that's the other thing I said. I love the attention to detail.
There was a lot
in the writing.
Yeah,
like
so a surprising amount.
Yeah.
For like we said, there was character trauma.
Yep.
there was growth and depth within the characters, and like having to realize, like, is this really what I want, or is this just what I want right now?
Yeah, exactly.
And you know, one of the things is like she wants him to get, you know, this is the big thing. She's like, I need you to say I love me, or you love me.
Yeah, I love
and
it.
It's a great fucking moment where he goes like, we've only been on one date.
I thought so. She asked him twice. Remember,
Right.
She asked him the first time.
Yeah, he's like I don't know you. I think you're hot.
They were just going on like their first. What was it? It was like the beach party. That was like the prom in this. You know, it was like, oh, I want to. You know, I got to get him to ask me to prom. It was a big dance. I got to get him to ask me to this beach party.
Yeah.
And then he finally asked her to it. They go as a date, and then they spend that whole day kind of going on like their first date.
Right.
And by the end of the day, and mind you, at nighttime she turns back into a dolphin. I'm sorry. Sorry. At nighttime she turns back into a mermaid.
She has to be in water.
Yeah, she has to be in water, and so she turns back into a mermaid. And so every time she's with this guy, she is basically trying to speed run him saying I love you to her. So by the end of the first date, she basically is like, so you know, I'm gonna tell you tomorrow morning whether or not, you know, or you got to tell me tomorrow morning
how you feel about me.
Yeah, and then the next morning comes and she basically asks him, "Do you love me?" Wait, so did she ask him twice or once?
She said when she first met him, she was like, "Do you love me?" He's like, he's
right.
like, I think you're hot." And
Thank you.
And then when they're on the pier, third date.
On the pier on the third date,
and that's where he's like,
no,
I don't, but I would love to get to know you.
We were both surprised. He was
like, I want to get to know you. I want to, like, I'm really enjoying the time I have with you. I would like to really see where this goes, instead of just being like, let's go back to my place. And, you know, I
was by that time, by that part of the movie, I was like 50-50 on whether or not he was going to say, yes, I love you.
Oh, I didn't think he was.
I thought he was because of how cheesy, you know, how
cheesy
the movie
oh,
the movie
isn't it sweet?
is.
So they fall in love.
Yeah, like, oh, she finally got him. So I was like 50-50. I was like, he might just say, I do love you.
I do.
And he straight up said, we just had one date, and literally saying what we were thinking the whole time. Yeah. It's like, they just had one date. So if this is grounded in reality at all, he's going to say that. And he did.
And she doesn't, like, fall apart at that. She's like,
oh, yes, she did, dude.
No.
She oh, you don't love me? And then she started like walking away, and he was like, dude.
Yeah, but he's like, it's more complicated than that.
Right.
He has to explain where, like, again, her naivety and innocence comes in.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But again, her ultimate goal is to not be married off to some arranged marriage. That's what she wants more than anything.
Yeah. And so, but
to be able to independently live her life.
But you remember in that moment that he says,
you're right.
Chaos ensues. Like the big conflict of the movie comes where the bully comes out of nowhere and like pushes her back into the ocean, revealing to this guy that she's a because he doesn't know that she's a mermaid this whole time. So
then she pushes her into the ocean. And he's like, "I'll help you," because he's a lifeguard.
Yeah, he's a lifeguard.
I'll go get my board. Like, I'm gonna save you.
And then right before he jumps in, like the big reveal of her in the water, her fin comes back, and oh my God, she's a mermaid.
Oh, and her dad might be Poseidon. He can control the tides.
Her dad is definitely Poseidon. We never get to see him.
We just hear that he has a lot of power. Like all mermaids can kind of control water. He can control it.
And so she's, and that's just like a little detail that I really appreciated. But she's been avoiding going back into the ocean this whole time because if she goes back into the ocean, Poseidon will pull her home and
make her marry.
Make her marry the random. They kind of alluded that it was like an octopus or something.
Yeah,
like
an octopus squid man.
But exactly. And then. But again, the contingency is if she does find love, then she gets to stay. So anyway, she gets pulled back into the water, and the two girls, Claire and Haley, they decide that they're going to jump in to save her. Mind you, Claire is terrified of water.
Right. Anytime she like gets near water, even though she like hangs out by the ocean all the time.
Yeah.
She has like small panic attacks.
Yeah.
She's like, I can't go. I can't do it.
Yeah. We should call back to that moment when when Aqua actually instilled confidence into Claire.
There's actually some. Okay, we're talking about the writing in the script, so we'll just say this. There are some beautiful lines in this film, which are so well done. Yeah. And it's Aqua says the only time I ever saw real love was when I was watching this couple on a little blue boat, and she finds out that it was Claire's parents.
Yeah,
and so she says, she says something along the lines like, your parents wouldn't want you to be afraid of life. They would want you to be friends with it.
Yeah. Yeah, that got me.
And I was like...
that was beautiful, yeah.
And I was like, you and I stopped and went like, that's a good line.
That's a bar, man. Yeah, and in that moment, again, because Claire was trying to explain to Aqua
why... I have trauma.
Why she's just so worried of just living life and whatever. And so when she said that, you can start to see the transformation of Claire of being this like very scared person, and and trying to deal with the trauma of losing her parents into like she's right. And so we kind of get a little bit of a buffer of her gaining some courage. And so now fast forward back to when Aqua is getting pulled back in by Poseidon.
She doesn't hesitate.
Haley was already gonna go jump in and save her, but Claire goes in and jumps in with her with the courage of what Aqua said. And mind you, the water is going crazy right now.
It's like typhoon.
It's
season.
Literally a typhoon, and they're in this fucking water trying to save Aqua. Yeah. And they all then grab onto a buoy. Yeah. And then
conveniently placed buoy.
And then and then they start to have and then this is where we start to figure out like what's going to happen next.
Yeah, and what is love and what
is love, right? And so
baby, don't hurt me.
Yeah.
But what it really does is it is very empowering, where it's like you don't need a man or a relationship to validate you in any capacity.
Yep.
Friendship is real love.
Yep.
And friends who will jump in the water for you is real love.
And so the way that in so many words, and the way that like Haley and Claire kind of let Aqua know that is by basically just straight up saying like, we don't want you to go. We love you. Yeah. And it's
a great lesson. It's a great moral.
It's like, no, he doesn't love you, but we love you, right?
He doesn't know you. Like he doesn't like that's
it's a different type of love.
It's a different kind of love, where it's like there's that love and there's this love. He wants to explore that kind of love, but the love we have is still real and not any less than what he feels. Was great.
And that in that moment, that like made the whole movie very good to me, because we were just talking about how a lot of these movies basically set up like, your whole goal is to get the guy to love you, right?
But you're not worth anything.
Yeah, but in that moment, it showed, it really highlighted sisterhood and how that love can be enough as well, right? And how they're different types of
goes
love.
Way further.
You know what I mean? So it's like, so. And then that's when
she cries.
Aqua, she drops a single happy tear.
It's
a happy tear. Yep, and it hits the water, and then everything calms down.
Yeah,
and everything is resolved, and then here comes Raymond swimming on a paddleboard.
I'm here. I'm finally here.
And he basically they basically have a conversation. Oh, I didn't know you were a mermaid. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, the girls are like, we still want you in our lives. Will we see you? And she's like, yeah, of course, we'll still be friends forever, and I'll see you whenever I can. And he's like, I'm still down to date you.
Yeah,
Can we meet sometimes? Like another. There was also one other line which I thought was beautiful in this film, where Aqua she has a meltdown because she's told that Raymond is going to the party with the mean girl Celia.
Yeah.
And she starts crying and she's never cried before because she's always been underwater, and she's like, love is terrible. Why do you want this? And JoJo comes in and she says, because love is the closest thing we have to magic.
Oh, it was so good.
So good. Look, I'm going to be real with you. I love romantic, really
it was poetic. It was very poetic.
It just, it got me. And I was like,
that was my favorite line of the movie.
It's such a good line.
Because love is the closest thing we have to magic. Yeah.
What a great line.
I was like, wow.
Get rid of your live, laugh, love.
Yeah.
Put that on the wall.
Why do you want this so badly? Because love is the closest thing we have. I'm about to say that to my wife today, man.
You better say that to Chloe.
I'm about to.
She came in and joined us in the last 25 minutes of the movie, and it was great.
Yeah, it was amazing. Okay, so now let's go into, I think we are at best moment. Sorry, I
Best
literally.
moments. Oh, there was best moments.
Yeah. So what is your best moment? I will say.
I mean, I really think. So I did just say like those two lines are incredible lines.
Those are powerful.
But I think the best thing is the relationship between the three of them. Like you feel like
the way
that's
that it developed.
It's a great friendship, and it's like that's what a fun summer with your friends when you were a kid felt like.
Yeah.
Every day was an adventure, even the mundane, going to the mall, getting ice cream, trying to flirt with the cute boy or girl. Like and that was very entertaining to me.
Yeah.
Like I loved the relationship. But yeah, so that was my favorite thing was the relationships within the movie. And again, relationship is key. Yeah. And
I agree.
But again, that love is the closest thing we have to magic.
Yeah.
That if I was a tattoo kind of guy,
you would get that tatted in Latin on your
get a tramp stamp of that, like right.
Or,
right there, flex off my missing muscles.
It's there.
When I flex, I'm like a Looney Tune. It goes. So yeah, that was what I liked about it.
I was gonna say the same thing. Yeah. So I'll say my alternate favorite part was actually when the janitor he helped again. We thought it was like the bait and switch.
Yeah,
we thought that he was gonna be
red herring.
Yeah, we thought he was gonna be like this bad guy, and then again he barely said a word during the movie, but he would just be there at pivotal moments.
Yeah, leering in the background.
Yeah, just leering in the background, just kind of like, oh, you didn't know what his motivation was, but he would be there, kind of paying attention, putting the pieces of the puzzle together of like, oh, is this a mermaid? And we come to find out, it was kind of foreshadowed
for no nefarious reasons at all.
That we kind of like found out, and it was kind of foreshadowed that he was really, I guess, interested in like mermaid lore and like folklore and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so
he had a book.
Yeah, he had a book, and he's in Tampa Bay.
He found her necklace that was left in the pool when she washed ashore, and he was like, "This is interesting and has a symbol of Poseidon on it." So he matches it to a book or whatever.
So it was kind of like implied that in the behind the scenes he was kind of like, whoa, what's going on here?
Yeah, and then putting pieces together.
And so then when Aqua is kind of in a bind and about to be revealed as a mermaid,
exposed
as
on news,
on national news, and the whole
more local news.
The national.
He was a weather cat
on international news. But just and her whole operation blown up. He actually helps her. Because he's not.
And there's no big rescue scene.
Nope.
There's no nothing. It's just like. Yeah, when I see someone in need.
Yeah, they go to, she's been staying in a water tower away from everybody. Yeah. And when, the bully girl, she finds out she's a mermaid when she climbs the water tower and sees her. And so then she tries to tell her news reporter dad to report on it. And then so the whole news crew is there the morning after to kind of like, oh, let's expose her. And then Aqua's not there because, again, she was rescued by this janitor guy.
I like when people help each other.
Yeah, exactly.
I have nothing to gain from this other than
his respect and his admiration for the folklore.
Yeah.
And again, we didn't know what that was about for him.
Yeah, he could have been like, I want that wish. I want to profit.
Exactly. And so, no, he was like, no, I knew that you existed and I wanted to help because I respect you. Yeah. And so then, there's a wish that you get for helping a mermaid.
And I guess it was like he wanted to be able to like.
Yeah.
We don't know if like it made her fall in love with him or maybe it gave them the courage to talk to each other or something.
Exactly.
But he was kind of like in love with another coworker at the club.
And he didn't even say it.
He just kind of looks at her.
He looked out the window. She was like, so you get a wish for helping a mermaid. And he was, he had like a cute little smile and he's bashful. He looks out the window and he sees his coworker walking by and Aqua's like, oh, okay. And so by the end of the movie, we could just get a little glimpse of him walking with her
hand in hand,
arm
in arm. And he's huge. He's tall.
Yeah, man. He's probably like 6'6" or something like that. And
the woman is kind of a little
but that that part made me warm and fuzzy, man. Because again, it was like
a lot of warm and fuzzy moments.
It was not a highlighted moment, but it was just like in the background, something that they just decided to throw in there to just like add to the good feel of it. So I like that part. I thought that was cool.
I like that too.
Yeah. All right, worst moments.
Worst moments. Okay, there's a couple, and these are not like they're gonna break the movie for anyone.
Right.
This is a super white movie.
Yeah, it's Tampa Bay, baby.
White people. Yeah, this is white people with white people
in
problems.
Tampa Bay, baby.
Like,
yeah,
it's just kind of like, oh, it's so hard, living in this house on the beach.
Yeah.
And then my mom is moving to Australia to help save the ocean or whatever. And it's just like, your problems are like, eh. The other, that's nitpicking. But then the other problem was that there was some weird ADR. On JoJo.
Dude, we have the same worst. Let's talk about that.
Okay, let's talk about this. So
it wasn't just on JoJo.
Can you explain what ADR is to people who don't know?
No, because I don't know what it stands for, but I know what I saw.
Audio something.
Okay.
It's basically...
We have phones, guys. Let's look it up. But... the dubbing was weird. Like, the recording was weird.
And it's obvious.
ADR.
It's mostly in the beginning of the film. Almost exclusively in the beginning of the film.
I actually see when you pointed it out. I actually started to catch it throughout the movie. Yeah,
there was a couple of times I caught it, but it was the most egregious.
Automated dialogue replacement.
Right. So it's when an audio is not best for an actor when they record it in generally. So they have them go in to the studio and re-record it and dub over themselves.
Yeah, you could tell
with JoJo, it was blaringly obvious. Yeah, and they didn't try to hide it. And I was sitting there, I was like, did they just dub over her?
Yeah.
Like her mouth just doesn't.
Because you can tell, like, the way that they're acting, you can tell that they're probably talking like this. And so, like, when they're dubbing, it's
the body language doesn't match.
The body language or the lips don't match.
And that's an uncanny valley thing. Your brain is able to connect that subconsciously and even just go like, that's not right.
Yeah.
There's something off about that.
Yeah.
And for me, it was just like the way how her voice is being projected doesn't match her physical body.
Yeah. Isn't that great though that the worst thing that we found in this movie was a post-production thing?
Yeah.
Some
of the special effects weren't great, but whatever.
But it had nothing to do with the acting, the story, like listen, the lighting was good.
Sound was good. Soundtrack was great. The score was good.
And listen, and again, I know we're supposed to be talking about worse, but I really loved, and I said it already, but I love the attention to detail of the coloring of the movie.
A color palette goes a long way
because it was so intentional. It was so intentional because think about who this movie was made for. Not us. But it was made. No, it was made for. Again, think about like the 2004 middle school girl. I mean, it's like the limited
they talk about iPods.
Yeah, the limited twos, like the what was it? Claire's, like where you would go get your ear piercing, like that was
shopping balls were an actual thing.
That was kind of the aesthetic of this movie. So it was just, you could tell that they were trying to like sell that. There was a little bit of gummy worm product placement in this movie too,
or Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah. There's some. They did some product. I saw
Morton Salt.
I saw a little Volkswagen symbol in here. There's some product.
You
placement.
You gotta do something like.
But
it wasn't distracting.
No, it wasn't distracting at all. I'm gonna say, let me see if I had.
That was my least favorite part. Was like the distracting ADR, and it's not like a bad thing. It's just a distracting. Thing.
Yeah. Oh, and then just a little tidbit.
Yeah.
This movie was it birthed like a girls gossiping meme.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it did. What we were watching the movie, I was like, I think that's a meme.
Yeah. I was like, wait, is it really? And then I literally Googled Aquamarine meme, and it was the girls gossiping.
Yeah, it's JoJo whispering into Emma Roberts' ear, and Emma is going like.
Yeah, and so when Jacob's like, this moment feels familiar, even though we haven't watched this movie before. And I was like, let me look it up. Yep,
memes influence culture.
Yeah,
They really do.
They really do. They really do.
That's this movie's lasting legacy, and of course, the movie cost $12 million. It made $23 million in the box office.
Yep, and it probably made a bunch more on DVD.
It had a huge cult following. And here I will say this, I can see why. I enjoyed the movie.
I enjoyed it too, Jacob.
I enjoyed it quite a bit.
I thought it was a good movie.
I did too.
Yeah.
So here's my official advice. Venture out of your demographic and try something new. Try Aquamarine.
Yeah, this is why we're here.
Movie.
20th Century Fox. Give us a sponsorship. We are promoting your, how old is this? 20-year-old movie to guys like us.
Yeah.
So
it was a fun movie.
It was a good movie.
Like, I mean, if you got a niece or a daughter or a girlfriend or whatever, watch this with them if you're a guy and you feel a little self-conscious about it, because they will definitely enjoy it.
Oh, yeah.
And if not, I enjoyed it for what it was.
Listen, and it's a good, and listen, I will say, I don't have any kids yet, but if I have a daughter, she's watching this.
She's watching this
movie. I'm putting this in my back pocket because the message is good. You don't need a guy to be in love, to feel loved.
Yeah.
Right?
And of course the guy, and it's not like, oh, the guy's a piece of shit in the end. He's not.
Yeah.
It's like, look, these are all people or mermaids and they all have their own things going on. And they're all like,
and I will also say that, like, there weren't a lot of, they figured out a lot of shit on their own. There weren't a lot of, like, because
there's no hand holding.
Well, no, the parental figures are virtually non-existent in this whole movie.
No,
like, I mean, they, you
don't really see
Haley has her mom, single mom, who's trying to
her dad left them.
Yeah, her dad left them. So, single mom who's trying to get her grant and, like, go to Australia. Yeah. Oh, that was, sorry.
She travels. We forgot to mention she travels around a lot, so she never has, like,
friends. I remembered my worst, the thing that I liked the least. I remembered what it was. That they're just sitting on a wish.
Oh,
I hated that.
You just
you
wanted them to use the wish?
I wanted them to use the fucking on something. They had so many options, dude. But they were deliberating, like, oh, maybe we can get it for you to stay. Oh, maybe we could get it for this. Oh, maybe, and it's like, and then they just don't use it, and then the movie ends
because maybe it establishes that they don't really need anything.
Yeah, but the other guy used it.
Their lives are maybe he did need it.
He did need it. He was getting older.
He was getting old, but maybe they're at a point where it's like, we're still young. We still are going to be friends no matter what.
Yeah.
I think, no, they did mention, they're like, maybe we could use our wish to make it so you can come see me in Australia.
But they
didn't, like, expound upon it. They're like, we'll figure it out. We'll workshop it.
I see what you're saying.
I mean, isn't that mostly the moral of a lot of treasure hunter movies?
That's
where
true.
it's
you
like,
didn't need the
we
treasure.
didn't need the treasure, the adventure.
But they already did that. But hear me out. They usually do that.
Yeah.
Like, there's always, like, two payoffs.
Yeah.
Right? And the main payoff, it's usually the lesson of, like, oh, you didn't need this. But then there's always, like, we didn't need that, but we still have this. And then they go, like, go utilize that thing. I thought that was going to be it with this, because it was the wish and the love. Right? It's like, oh yeah, like, we didn't need, I didn't need love from a man.
Payoff.
We have friendship. Okay, cool. But you still have a wish. And I thought they was gonna cut to them, like, them doing something fun.
There's times in movies, like I said, with treasure hunter movies, where it's like they give up the treasure.
Yeah.
Where it's like, the treasure isn't worth it. I'm like, no, get the treasure, please, get the fucking treasure.
Yeah.
Like, maybe that's my.
That's how I fucking felt. I thought that.
Well, we went through all of this for the treasure.
Well, no, they went through. Yeah, but it's just. The way that they set up.
You asked if there was an Aquamarine too.
The way that they set up, like, JoJo's situation or Haley's situation of if she doesn't get this wish, she has to move away from all her friends. The way that they set that up of how it negatively impacted her, and like how she's like, I'm gonna have to make new friends. I'm moving away from my friends, and I felt that. I was like, damn, that's sad. Like, she has to keep moving. She doesn't have she only has one parent. Like, her mom is working hard for this grant, and
But I mean, there was a moment where she realizes that her mom is
I forgot about that part.
Yeah,
you're right.
There's a whole new theory.
No, that was it. You're right.
Yeah, she realizes her mom is like, it's not easy for her mom either.
Damn it, Jerkum, you're right.
I pay attention.
She definitely did have a moment where she was mad
and
about.
There's some things that are bigger than her.
And then she thought about, my mom has worked really hard for this grant, so maybe I might be okay.
Yeah, for 10 years.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, yeah, fair enough. And then she was like, "Aren't you happy
And
for
that's
your
really-
mom?" And she
and
was
that's-
like, "No, not really." So that was her character growth.
That's really mature.
Yeah.
To be like, I have to give up.
Just
'Cause she goes
accepting-
upstairs. She's like, maybe we could change the wish.
That's right. Oh, did your camera? Oh,
no!
no!
Maybe I'll just.
No,
We're almost
no.
at the end. Maybe I'll just.
Yep. Come
Okay,
over
so
here.
we're
Come
gonna
over
do
here.
this.
We're literally at the end.
Yeah.
So Jacob's camera here. Come here.
Okay.
Come closer. Come closer. Come closer.
Oh, get my out.
Okay. So anyway, Jacob's camera just died.
Yeah.
But it's okay because we're still here.
Yeah.
So we're at the very end of the episode. So on a scale of 1 to 10, Aquamarine.
Marine.
Aquamarine.
Yeah. Wanna go
What
first?
are you go for
No,
it?
no,
What
you
do
go first.
Okay, I'm giving this again for movies that were not made for us.
Yeah.
I'm giving this an 8.3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I was gonna give it a solid 8.
Yeah?
Yeah, like I didn't know we were doing points, so
I always do points.
Oh, okay,
I
well,
always do points. But
it's really hard to be on my knees.
no, it's fine. You want to
No.
Okay.
I could do this. I could do this. Lear in the background.
Yeah.
No, it was a fun comfort movie
Yeah.
with good messages, good morals. It
Yeah.
was entertaining, well acted. The story was tight,
Yeah, it was
well written.
It made me, and even on an emotional level, it made me feel warm and fuzzy.
Yeah.
It really made me happy. It made me happy.
It made me happy,
I mean, there were
too.
moments where I was just like, oh, like we were having a good time. We were
So,
having a
yeah.
good time. I highly recommend it to people that
Yeah.
this is not made for.
If it's not made for you, watch it.
Check it out.
Check it out.
So yeah, that's our review of
Aquamarine. Really surprised.
Yeah, I
really
was
surprised.
pleasantly surprised, but also like I don't know. When we both said it, oh, JoJo's in this.
Yeah,
let's,
JoJo.
Let's check this out.
We love JoJo.
We love JoJo.
Love JoJo.
But yeah, so we gotta. So next time we might watch something, unless you guys have any suggestions.
Yes, please leave us suggestions.
Let us know what.
Find me on Hinge and suggest something to me, and ghost me, and we'll watch the movie.
Leave some suggestions in the comments, and also like this and subscribe to us if you haven't.
Thank you.
We have some ideas of what we're gonna watch, but
Yeah.
you'll have to stay tuned for the next one.
Please.
Until then, I'm Ev,
I'm Jacob.
and we'll see you guys next time on Movies Not Made for Us. Bye.
See you next week.